Oh my lord, everybody. Guess what it is?
It's here.
It's here. The finale of Jack's Dream DCEU. Or is it the finale? You will get an answer at the end of the video. But first, we're going to go over our projects today. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 projects.
Wow.
The normal amount of projects. Are you guys ready? We're going to start with the final, ground level Justice League movie.
Okay.
Justice League Identity Crisis. It's going to see the culmination of these projects: Atom, Teen Titans, Zatanna, Green Arrow, Gotham Knights, Birds of Prey, and Elongated Man. A murder will shake the entire DC universe and what they believe is the truth. So, one night, Elongated Man, he's doing his thing, right? Walking around, stretching his arms.
Yeah.
He comes home to find a break-in.
Wow.
Blood splattered. If you don't remember, the entire last movie that we saw Elongated in, man, his solo movie, we set up this relationship. It was the core, right? Him and Sue Dibney. Mm-hmm. She's dead. Murdered. In his own bedroom. But as he looks around, a light source begins to walk, and it's the supervillain, Dr. Light. He gives himself up instantly. Seven style, baby. He's like, it was me. Take me in. He's very bright. And then Elongated Man's like, who can deal with this? Who are the people that deal with bad guys?
The
Justice League. So he goes to the new team who we haven't really seen yet. Now, this isn't the official team, as some of them are gone. Mostly the overpowered people like the Flash. But right now it consists of Green Arrow, Atom, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, Nightwing, Mera, and Wonder Woman. Also, lollygagging around right now are Superboy, Zatanna, and Black Canary.
Okay.
At first they're concerned or whatever. So Nightwing runs a quick sample, right? Who did this? Beep beep boop boop boop. Nightwing, he's more the smarts of Batman. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of Nightwing's big thing here. He's kind of like the new Batman. Okay. It's emotional,
That's what I thought it was maybe.
So he's looking, and then the DNA, it's not Dr. Light at all. In fact, it matches with someone from the Justice League. It pulls up, and it's matches someone in the Justice League. They don't know who, obviously, but whatever. So they're like, oh my god. We then cut to the Teen Titans. Beast Boy is up, he's chilling or whatever. Everyone else is sleeping, Cyborg's charging or whatever. And then he's brutally attacked, mortally wounded. He holds his own for a little bit, but just gets his ass handed to him by a figure who he really can't tell yet. Wears a mask in shadow.
Is it
No. Have I introduced Wally West?
I don't think you have.
No, he's not important.
Yeah. In the comics he is.
Yeah. Well, he'll be important in this part.
Well,
what?
In the comics.
Anyway, he's not in my Teen Titans. Oh, he is in my Teen Titans. He's fast asleep though. Don't even worry about it. So he's attacked, but the Titans are able to get to him before he is dead. But he's pretty much there. Attacks like this begin to occur throughout. With the Gotham Knights, it happens. With the Birds of Prey, it happens. It's in Metropolis. It's in Gotham. It's everywhere. Mm-hmm. So this obviously urges them to come together. They're like, what is going on? And then Green Arrow reveals something. There is the ability to erase minds, like Men in Black style.
What?
So they retain their personality, but they don't know what's real anymore. This, in the wrong hands, they realize, could lead to secret agents within the Justice League of extraordinary power. So they're like, oh shit. Dr. Light, in his little cage in the corner, starts to giggle. Oh, he's man. Like, it's all coming together, baby. And then they start to turn on each other. Who did it? Nightwing doesn't even know they don't know who did it. Does
Nightwing become more like Batman and become really cold to everybody?
He's pretty cold. He has one friend, another smart man. Green Arrow is going to be his partner in this movie. They're going to have a good dynamic, as we'll see here. So, Act 2 is kind of going to be like The Thing, you know, but like noir. So like someone is doing these attacks and like sabotaging things, but they can't figure out who, and no one knows, you know, it could be themselves for all they know, and people doubt themselves and doubt other people, and then this leads Green Arrow and Nightwing to split off to investigate some smaller details from things Dr. Light has said, and this leads them to go to, you know, the seedy underworld of Gotham.
Oh no.
This is going to be big. I don't think people are ready for this. The people at the Justice League headquarters figure out or believe that it's Adam because they're like, well, these attacks are happening. No one else is seeing it. Who's the only person that we can't see?
Oh my
And so
God.
they get him. He's like, wait, no. And then as this is going on, Green Arrow and Nightwing finally discover who's behind it all. They go into Wayne Manor, closed and refurbished, down to the basement to realize the Court of Owls are still around. The Batman never defeated them in Batman 3. They've been behind all of this, trying to break what people think a hero is, which is the kind of theme of the end of my saga. What does it mean to be a hero when everything you do is for everybody else, you know? And so their entire world starts to crumble. The Court of Owls make it so that, you know, the news reporters are spewing that this guy did this and this hero killed this person, and, you know, they're bad people, and the world turns against heroes. Like, what can they do? The Court of Owls can't be defeated when they left this big of a stain on the world, you know? Also, Ra's al Ghul is behind this all.
But you just said it was the Court of Owls.
Yeah, I know. He controls them.
Oh, okay.
It's like, we're kind of combining things.
Okay.
You know? But I want him to be, like, scarred, you know? Scar tissue, like, all over his face from the amount of times he's resurrected himself or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then... but then the big one, the one that hurts. It turns out, when the Red Hood returned, it was because the Court of Owls sent him. And this whole time, he's been working to be that secret agent and destroy things from the underground. And they have to really kill him this time.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's right.
Like Jason Todd.
I'm so sorry I had to do this to Jason Todd, kill him twice. But listen, you know, here's my...
You're a big Jason Todd stan too.
I fucking love Jason Todd. I can't believe I do this to him. My thought process here is that I want someone to be Batman related, but out of everyone, he has like no story left out of it for him. So Nightwing has the role of Batman to fill. Damian Wayne, it just wouldn't hit because Damian Wayne's kind of annoying. Batgirl has Oracle to become, and, you know, I feel like that'd be sexist, even though there are a lot of female heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that kind of idea, I'm like, and then there's Red Hood. What's he up to? Being the bad guy, that's what he's up to. And then, so yeah, that's kind of how this one ends, you know.
Do they kill him?
Do they kill Red Hood?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they kill him. And, you know...
Who kills him?
Nightwing has to, because he's there. Nightwing and Green Arrow are there, and there's, you know, all turmoil happens in the third act, and then at the very end, Red Hood is sent to kill Nightwing, as he knows the truth, and Nightwing realizes...
I do a thing where it's like he doesn't want to kill him, but he's left with no choice.
He has to kill him. Sad.
Batman would be disappointed.
And at the very end, they stand defeated, and then a hole rips open in the sky. Guess what, John?
Dark side?
No. There's been a tear in the multiverse.
Oh, no.
Red dark matter energy seeking
not the
in.
Anti-Monitor.
The Flash. Guys, we need to go. Ding! Finale of Justice League Identity Crisis. The world is shooken, but does that even matter when the entire fabric of reality...
What did the Flash do this time, Jack?
sits?
What did he do?
What did he do?
Yeah, did he do anything?
That's the finale. We'll see.
Because it's multiverse, he has to do something with the Flash. What did he do, Jack? What did he do this time?
The Flash 3 is in the lineup. But now we're going to move on to some smaller scale stories. Also, by the way, the sky ripping open, post-credit scene, there's a time jump. like just a month or two between the end of the Identity Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of those movies that takes place in this time jump is Static Shock. This is going to be kind of fun because we're going to play in that world where superheroes are now hated. And this kid, you know, he accidentally gets these powers, and so he's been looking up to heroes. He grows up in Metropolis, but he's shaken because, as far as he knows, it's all been a lie. Mm-hmm. Have they really saved them? Did they kill the bad guys? Or were the bad guys the good guys? What does this all mean?
Whoa.
And the direct threat to him is the villain named Eban, who can manipulate shadows and darkness. Now, this would create some really cool fucking like horror fight scenes, but also it's a metaphorical thematic villain because Static Shock's biggest enemy in this movie is the fear of the unknown. What comes next for this teenager? Something I think we all deal with as teenagers. What does the future look like? So he's dealing with that, and Mr. Eban is just a representation of that. You know, he creates lightning and light, so there's like a sharp contrast, which is going to obviously play into the finale where he realizes it doesn't matter, man. You know, he can do what he wants. He'll figure it out. Life is a highway. Gotta ride it all night long, baby. But yeah, anyway, people look up to Eban because he's killing these small heroes. They're like, oh, this guy's doing some good in the world. A little bit of good right now. And Static Shock's like, y'all, that's not right. So they fight a little bit, and he wins.
Whoa.
Small-scaled adventure, baby. Bit of a Hawkeye type vibe. I haven't seen Hawkeye yet, but you know when that comes out next Wednesday.
You haven't seen Hawkeye yet?
I haven't seen Hawkeye yet. But now we have my favorite one of this entire slate, John.
The Question.
The Question. This is a Jack Kirby creation. He kind of went mad insane in like the 70s. And this is like...
As you do.
As you do. And this is his realization of when he lost his fucking mind. And he created this hero that represents like objectivism and the truth. And that's who the question is. This is going to be a standalone crime thriller. You know it.
Whoa.
It's going to take place on an alternate universe. We don't know that yet, of course. But this will all be revealed in Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths. Coming at the end of this video. Vic Sage is his name. He's a journalist, and he also is quite spectacular at martial arts. Maybe not the best of all time, but he can hold his own if he gets mugged by one person or whatever. You know, he has some mystical abilities and shit, but his genius is in his investigative skills. He can solve problems nobody else can. He operates in the world Hub City. I didn't come up with that name. Listen.
I know you didn't.
He dons a mask that's just like a blank face. So it's kind of weird, you know? And this would be difficult to translate maybe into live action because in the way that Rorschach, you know, his face at least moved. You saw that like emotion maybe through it. This man blank. But that blankness is gonna play into his character, and obviously, being that this is a movie, you can't wear it all the time, so it works, man. It works. Listen, so as I said, this deals with objectivism. Is there a truth to anything at all, or is there a side to every single story? You know, he's comfortable with murder, and he's also really good at it. So this whole movie is gonna be this like morally twisted, like investigation into the seedy underworld of crime and what it means to be truthful and do what's right. Can you? Again, kind of playing into that heroism theme, but more of a I'm Jack Kirby and I lost my mind in the 70s type of vibe. I'm on a lot of crack and drugs. So it'd be fucking sick, man. And I'd hope it played into like conspiracy theories and maybe a bit of a Blade Runner 2049 vibe. Not the original Blade Runner. 2049, baby.
Would it look like it too?
It'd be darker. It'd be bluer.
Whoa.
But it'd look like the city. The inner city.
Okay.
You know, man. It's a grand journey, and the only true villain is the man's obsession with the truth.
Whoa.
This would be sick as fuck. I can't even lie. I'd hope to see.
So you're gonna make it?
I would make this movie. But yeah, it's standalone. He's not gonna be like chilling, smoking a cigarette at the end of it, and the sky's gonna break open. No, it's all by itself. objectivism, John.
Or does that happen, but in Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Oh, it may happen. Who knows, man? Or maybe at the end of Crisis, he just gets fucking murked. Who knows? I'm kidding, he doesn't get fucking murked. Spoiler alert. Anyway, we then have the Spectre.
Oh, no.
James Brendan lives in the 1830s, and he's a real asshole. One night, he's out and about before he gets fucking mugged, which isn't really something that happened in the 1830s. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's out in the woods. He gets like shanked. A bit of a shanking in the woods. They're like, hey, you know, because it's like he's in New York, baby.
If he's gonna get killed, he's probably gonna get killed with an axe.
Maybe he's out in New York. He's like, hey, New York, baby. He travels out to the woods because, you know, in the 1830s they haven't colonialized, they haven't destroyed our planet as much, so the trees are right there. So he goes out from his New York apartment, baby, into the woods, and someone's like, hey.
And
And he's like, oh, fuck. But it turns out he happened to be killed in a place that harbored a lot of spiritual energy. And he becomes the Spectre, an ultra-powerful cosmic being. In terms of time doesn't even matter to the man. At this point, once he becomes the Spectre, he's lived it all. He was there for the dawn of man. He was there for the rise and the fall of the Romans. He was there when Christopher Columbus probably fucked a manatee on the way to America. You know, he did that
when Christopher Columbus saw a kraken.
Oh my gosh. It's probably real, actually. Anyway. So he's like, what the fuck is happening to me? And then become kind of this grand space thing where this man has to contemplate life and the meaning of everything when he can't even connect to the world.
Wow.
And he watches the rise and the fall of the heroes. Ooh, what? A bit of a Hawkeye action, which I haven't seen yet, where he sees the invasion of Darkseid, but he can only watch. You know, he was a real asshole, right? But when you see every bad thing that can happen to a person and every good thing that can happen to a person, you kind of lose everything in terms of emotion. So yeah, he fights a lot of cool eye candy battles, including fighting the New Gods. They got their movie a couple movies ago, and he kicks their ass because he trumps them, but no one trumps the Monitor. Anyway, and then it ends with the realization that as much power as the Spectre believes he has, it means nothing because there's a multiverse. And it is on the verge of falling in itself.
Oh no.
But why? Anyway, we then have The Flash 3. This is the penultimate movie before the trilogy that is Crisis on Infinite Earths. And unlike Infinity War and Endgame, this would play more of Lord of the Rings. Like, we'll get into it when we get there, but the point is there's no movies in between them.
Okay.
It's just those three movies, and The Flash 3 is the last one before those. And this is going to be a more grounded movie for The Flash. I was really debating it. Like, should it be this grand movie right before Crisis? But The Flash is the main character of this saga. This like after Batman dies. And so I want to make sure our audience really, really likes this guy, really feels for him.
Okay.
Before everything that could happen to a person happens to him in Crisis on Infinite Earths. So it takes place directly after Flash 2. And the main piece of it is the trial of the Flash. After Eobard Thawne, who's been fucking with him for a while now, kills Iris. A bit of a shanking action once again.
No.
Why are people shanking so much? Or is it an axe action, John? Do you think an axe works or a shank?
Well, in this time period, a shank would work better.
Shank would work better? Alright. And then he's like, I should frame Barry for this. And he does that like silly little thing, and he frames Barry for the murder of his own
silly
wife.
little thing.
So then Barry's like, oh no. And as this happens, he deals with all the sins he's had in his past. And Wally re-enters his life at this point, as I just have remembered earlier in this video. He is in the Teen Titans. He joins when the Cyborg franchise becomes the Teen Titans franchise, about halfway through. And he's like, man, we should have spent more time together and shit. And then like all these villains are like coming to haunt him, and you know, as much as going on around him at this point, the core is always this like him and dealing with the first off, Iris is dead. You know, he's like, oh, you know, he's sad, obviously. But it shows how good of a person he is because his wife died, who seemingly had a future with, and he's getting framed for this murder of his own wife, but he has to stay strong because even though all these people are against him and all this stuff, you know, he inspires kids like Wally. That's kind of Wally's purpose here. He's like, dude, I was like 13 at one point.
I looked up to you. And he wants to give up, but he knows he can't. And at some points he even gets to talk with his mom again. And maybe some other flashes, like Jay Garrick, who exist in the Justice Society of America film. And, you know, at the end of the day, he loses. He loses the trial. He just can't do it. So he takes the L. He's in prison. And being that he is the Flash, he doesn't always stay in prison. And he goes and he kills Reverse Flash. As much as he tried to stay morally strong when confronted with the option, he takes it. Reverse Flash, he finds this quite hilarious, as he tells him, you kind of just fucked up. You've been running around, talking to your mom. Other people have been doing shit. You know Dr. Fate? He's been fucking around. Like, they've all been fucking around. A lot of main heroes killing.
Bit of a shank action.
Oh, okay.
It's a more heroism, John. It's a morally gray phase right now. And just like that, he goes back to his prison cell, contemplates the Reverse Flash's words before out his prison window, the sky. What's going on? Antimatter.
Wow.
He's like, shit. He runs off to the end of Justice League Identity Crisis, and we move in to the finale, guys. Crisis on Infinite Earths. I did not hit my marker, John.
I know, I kind of realized.
Okay. So part 1, like I said, this is going to be kind of like a Lord of the Rings type of vibe. So this one is going to be the adventure type movie. We're going to be traveling the multiverse, cameos, you know, all this. So it opens with Dr. Fate. Last time we saw him, he was doing this multiversal battle. He's in the space or whatever, galaxies and shit. And then he loses. Whew. And it's fateful. A fateful battle, John, has been lost. The Monitor sees this occur, and he tries to stop it, but, you know, the multiverse, it's too late. We have that visualization, the Earths, all these Earths, and they start... and, you know, obviously it's not really what it looks like, because they're not planets, but, like, just for, you know, just the sake of whatever. Yeah. Except boom, 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 boom. And then the Monitor's like, oh shit. So he goes to the most powerful heroes of this Earth that he knows, of our Earth. And he has the possibility to go to the multiverse, but what is revealed is that the Earth we are on is the Prime Earth, Earth Prime.
Wow.
And every other Earth is actually based around ours, and because of that, ours harnesses the most powerful heroes. Boom. So he reaches out to the Flash, Dr. Fate, Constantine, and the Spectre. He tells them they need to do something. Spectre, by the way, does not interact with anyone. That's important. He's like, guys, what's going on? But he negates to tell them the truth. It's his homie, his twin brother with the deformed face. Mm-hmm. He's like, guys, just please stop this. Like, save some people, you know what I mean? They're going around the multiverse, going to different dark matter points. We see other people trying to save other people. We get arcs of different heroes that are important to Phase 4 as they're like, oh, please don't go. And then they get evaporated. Boom. And as this is going on, Nightwing and the Green Arrow continuously try to make the ship that could maybe somehow leave the multiverse. How's that possible? I don't know. But they have this antimatter sample. And he's going through Batman's old files. Batman has some calculations that he must have done when he was bored one night. He's like, what the fuck? And they get the answer. But that's not revealed to the very end. Anyway, you know, they're like, what's going on? And then the Spectre's talking to the Monitor. He's like, there's no way we can break through the multiverse because how is there an in-between of the multiverse? And the Monitor's like, there is an in-between. He's like, whatever, man. And the whole point is the yin-yang of the Monitor and the anti-Monitor. And why are these heroes doing what they're doing? Which is, I've been, like I said, a million times, the theme of this whole phase, but particularly emphasized in this trilogy here. Wow. But at the very end, they fucked up, man. And it's bad. Octillions. I don't even know if that's the right word, but
so many. It's like infinity deaths.
Everyone's dead.
Infinite deaths.
Dead.
Everyone is dead except for a select group who is able to get on that ship and leave. And just like that, the Anti-Monitor wins. The big death in this one is gonna. Well, they all die, but like the death. Hal Jordan. He's been around for a long time now.
Whoa.
He kind of retired, but he sacrifices himself for the rings. It's what it is, man. And then the Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 2. This is a smallest scale. Kind of a Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers type of vibe. You know what I mean? We have the Flash, Hawkgirl, Jon Stewart's Green Lantern, Zatanna, Dr. Fate, Nightwing, Supergirl, and Constantine all on El Ship in the multiverse. And there's arguing going on with the ship. And the big part of this movie is that plot, them trying to figure out what do we do, how do we do it. Also, what's the beginning of the universe now that we're out here? Let's talk about it. Also, we have the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor and their argument and their fight for the world.
I thought you were going to say dominance.
Yeah, that's a good word. And at this point, the Spectre comes out. We thought he died, you know. He said, there's no way I can get in between the multiverse. But he did. He found a way to go in the multiverse. He's just chilling in there, man. So then he's like, guys, we need to go. He exists outside reality itself, John. And then the battle between the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor, it's a more battle. They can't kill each other because other than...
Do they need each other, Jack?
The greatness. They are it. They are the universe. They represent the good and the bad. And the good in the bad and the bad in the good. Yin and yang. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the Monitor can only try to change their view. Yeah, they need each other, John. Stated perfectly by yourself there. And the death of Constantine, baby.
What?
He dies.
God.
Big rest in peace, man. I'm not sad. I don't like you, Constantine. You're kind of an asshole, man. And also the Monitor takes a big fat gulp of an L.
Does he die?
He dies.
What? But you said that they need each other.
Well, John, there's more to the story with Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 3. Oh my gosh. This is the culmination, not of Phase 4, not of Phase 5, not of Phase 3, 2, or 1, of all of it, John. This includes cameos from our original Batman actor. He's back. Maybe this is an alternate universe version of him. We see elements from maybe even people or storylines from the comics, which we never got to fully adapt, like Flashpoint or something like that. You know, just the craziest fucking shit. All five phases are here, baby. And, you know, the entire theme of heroism coming together. Why be a hero when somebody else can? There's all of them. Why do I need to be a hero? Mm-hmm. You know? So that's the thing. There's no reward, but they do it because that is what's right. And that's the essential part of being human. And that's the point of this, guys. This is a movie. It's about superheroes and shit. But guess what? This can represent humans. Why do we do a good thing in the day? Because that's what's right to do. It's a good thing to do, man.
Do Nightwing and Batman have an interesting talk?
Yeah, of course. Character moments galore, man.
Okay.
Avengers Endgame, but to the maximum, because we got 5 phases over this stuff here. They all signed on. They got paid a lot of money.
How long is this movie?
These movies actually wouldn't probably be too long, because there's 3 of them. You know? But, who knows? Maybe whoever's actually writing this fleshes it out more and they become
3.5-hour-long movie.
3.5-hour-long movies each. Oh my gosh. So yeah, they create this world between worlds, and we see this huge final battle. Bing boom, bing bong, and who the big deaths, John?
The Flash.
The Flash. It hurt. Yeah, it hurt. Wally West mourns him. He's all that's left. The Flash sacrificed everything, and one that may hurt more. Nightwing.
No.
He's been around since the first movie.
No, Nightwing's not dead.
Nightwing died.
You can't kill Nightwing.
Nightwing dies.
You can't kill Nightwing.
Nightwing's
not dead.
Nightwing's dead.
No, he's not.
Yeah, this hurt, John. When I wrote this, I really debated not doing it. I'm like, give him the happy ending. But
Nightwing's not dead.
He carries on the legacy of Batman. As much as Batman's probably the most essential character to the DC universe in the comics, in my universe, Nightwing's been here since the beginning. You know, he's been.
Why couldn't Cyborg just die?
Thick and thin. He can die too.
No, never mind.
But, you know, the fact that he's willing to sacrifice himself here, it's sad. Sadder than even Batman, probably, if this actually came to fruition. All of what I've done here. And then everything shifted into one Earth, as far as we know. Also forgot to say that, yeah, like, things like the Justice Society of America, Swamp Thing, the Question, they are revealed to take place in different Earths. It's like, oh shit, like, what? That's what it'd be like. You know, you wouldn't know that watching when the Swamp Thing came out or whatever, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone kind of forgets, to an extent, you know, everything that happened. Elements are retained for story purposes, as I'll talk about in a second, but the one person who literally remembers everything is the Spectre. Because he made it through, he can only sit there
and watch.
And just watch. You know, he witnessed everything, and he kind of gives a soliloquy to this. He's like, he gives the final words of the DCEU, and he's like, and that's the story, guys, type thing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of where can this go? Where can, let's break the barrier right now, breaking the fourth wall. In terms of more videos in the DCEU, what's possible? Well, this is kind of a new beginning. There can be a new Batman, a new Superman, and so we can do stories that we never got to do throughout these movies. Do more arcs, you know, but there's people who, you know, some of these people who are newer, like obviously Static Shock got one movie. Is he gone? No. Those type of people will stay through, including Wally West, but there will be consequences. So like the Flash and Nightwing, like they are dead. They are dead. Wally West carries on the legacy, and that's kind of the looseness here. It's like, it'd be nice to have more with what the death of the Flash. What does that mean for certain characters? But then again, let's get a new Batman in there. So that type of thing. Just an emergence of worlds. And that's the DCEU.
And it's done.
Almost half a year later.
It's over. Guys, it's over.
But guys, that doesn't mean the end of my beautiful brain spewing bullshit to you guys. We have a Spider-Man series coming up that I can't even express my excitement for, because I care more about Spider-Man than anyone I wrote about in any of these. Except for Nightwing. I love you, Nightwing. But that's the video.
You act like Nightwing's watching this.
Yeah, shout out to Nightwing. But that's the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts down below. Do you want to see more DCEU in like a year and a half?
You can't do that, Jack.
Like, subscribe, Metaverse, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at Rebored Podcast. Podcast, anywhere listen to podcasts, at Rebored Podcast.
Whoa.
33 minutes, we've gone on long enough. Love you, goodbye.